Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. We are live from Park City, Utah on April 8th, 2020. Sharing thoughts, feelings, what's really alive for me right now. So tune in, grab some tea, strap in. Seatbelts, safety first. So, you may know the book, The Tao Te Ching. I just did a reading on an appropriate share for today's episode. And I'd like to start off with 42 and finish with 43. 42, yin and yang. The Tao produces unity. Unity produces duality. Duality produces trinity. Trinity produces all things. All things contain both the negative principle, the yin, and the positive principle, the yang. The third principle, energetic vitality, qi. This makes them harmonious, the connection between. There are some things which it is a gain to lose, and others which it is a loss to gain. This may not be what they teach in school, but it should be the first lesson. So, a theme that is very present for me is trust, patience, awareness. Let's dive into these a little more, starting with trust. This last note of yin and yang, there are some things which it is a gain to lose and a loss to gain. Reminds me of that good old story about the farmer. Once upon a time, there was a farmer. And one day, one of the horses he had ran away. All the villagers came by that evening. Gosh, that's a travesty. Your horse ran away. Now you're poor and out of work horse. That really sucks. It's too bad. Farmer said, maybe. The next day, the horse comes back. And would you believe it, brings back 3 wild horses with it. That evening, the villagers come by. Lucky you, that is so fortunate. You now have 3 more work horses and your horse returned. Wow, that's amazing. Good for you. Farmer's like, maybe. The next day, farmer's son, trying to break one of the horses. Calm it, domesticate it. And as he's riding, the horse bucks, he falls off, breaks his leg. Gah! Ouch! That evening, villagers come by. God, that sucks for your son. Now you got extra medical bills you have to pay. Your son won't be able to help you anymore. That's horrible. Gosh. He should have been more careful riding that horse. Yada, yada, yada. Farmer's like, maybe. The next day, the conscription officer comes. By order of the general, all able-bodied men are hereby required to report to the army, for they are conscripting 1 individual per household. The farmer, after all the villagers and their wives came, said, "Man, that is so lucky. Your son broke his leg, so now he doesn't have to join the army." Maybe. So as you can see with this, some events are positive, some events are negative. Negative doesn't equate to bad, positive doesn't equate to good. They can, but they don't have to. So to be neutral as you witness experiences, and to enjoy it all, to revel in the negative, to revel in the positive. So there's vitality between all events. So to trust, do you believe in the perfectness of where you are? Do you act like you belong here? Are you here for a reason? Or are you washed in the waves of anxiety, worry, paranoia, the shadows, the negative, the bad? Are you seeking the good? So to detach and to celebrate all, it's a gift I'd like to share. What benefits are we finding from the current atmosphere of world affairs right now? As negative as they may be. When we watch the wisdom of the East, Zen masters, you can see to maintain the humblance of the low valley, even when you ride in high on the peaks. And to have a high attitude, even when you at a very low altitude, when you going through shit creek, to have a very high attitude. Shit doesn't smell so bad when your attitude is on point. So check Earl Nightingale talking about attitude and how it is a key factor for the flowing success in your life. Trust. Trust. Patience. I'm seeing a lot of people go stir crazy right now. Not leaving their homes, disrupted from regular duty, obligations. Stuff is changing. So patience stills and expands the breath. Impatience constricts, tightens your airway, contorts, tightens, grips your body. When we act from impatience, the results are invariably poor. But there is a big difference between acting from impatience and acting out of resolve. So the more we move into patience, the more we what would you say? Listen. There you go. Yeah. The more you listen, and because you're listening, you're paying attention to what is felt. So you can move and act with precision and clarity in any given situation. An example, you're in a crowded party, paying attention, watching, listening. You can see an easy way to navigate through. Be like water, my friend. Patience with yourself, patience with others, patience for society. When you watch movies, the good supervillain, the real dastardly fellow at the top, usually he's tapped deep into patience. Because he sees the long game, and if he acts with impatience, he won't get the chance to foil the good guys and to be successful in his dastardly plans. So, patience breeds clarity. Deep, deep patience allows you to see through time. So, during this segment in our history, what a chance to develop a relationship or deepen your relationship with patience. Look at the Schumann resonance, YouTube. It's the Earth's heartbeat. Tapping into that, and slow down, cellular function increases. Trust, patience. What was the last one? I don't remember. So let's just continue rolling and see what wants to crop up. Focus. Focus. Where your attention goes, chi flows. Chi, energy. So to notice what you're focusing upon, and is that creating more ease, more grace, more flow, more you, more acceptance and allowance for you to flower and bloom and blossom and be however you want to be? Or are you focusing on something that feels like it's controlling you? Saying you should do this, you should be that, you can't be yourself unless. You should be this, you should be that, you should do this at this time and this place. Because if you don't, Big Brother's gonna come after you. Big Brother's gonna come after you. Do you feel clenched, constricted? Resist the constriction by way of surrender through it. So, what are you focusing upon? Eyes, the lens. Focusing, magnifying, telescopic and microscopic lens to be able to see far and near. It's another thing that's coming up. Gratitude, gratitude. Shake the gratitude rattles. So let's say we're feeling some disagreeable sensation. Instead of focusing and going, oh God, I feel sick. Be the medicine. Focus on the medicine. Not disregarding the fact you feel sick, or feel disagreeable, or feel some sort of pokiness, sharpness, numbness, any disagreeable sensation inside. Instead of focusing on that, focus through it. And if you focus through it, you can move through it. Because focusing upon it, you're gravitating around it. But focusing through it, pierce right through the black hole. So for example, let's look at clearing your energy field. An esoteric practice, yes. Deep practical effects. So before you go to bed at night, it might be worth trying doing some maid work. You know, housekeeping, housekeeping. It's said that a lot of your mental tingles are in your hair. Brush your hair. Brush your hair. Sweep your auric field. In traditional Chinese medicine, the auric field also is known as the WHYF field. Different layers. And these different layers correlate to different components in your mental and emotional and physical spectrum where energy might be caught. So to pay attention, is it dense and sticky, right there, clear, right? And don't just burp and just let it go. Honor it, follow through, clear it. There's a difference between being rude with a burp or a fart and firing it at someone, or being overt and attacking with that, because no one wants that. But to allow your body to function and to move appropriately with that, to honor it. Yeah, baby. So, clapping, sweeping, and then going on the physical body. Finding, is there any stickiness, sliminess, any feelings of, what would be the word? I don't know. Just anything in your body that doesn't feel clean, pure, smooth. You can brush your meridian system. Good technique. I like down the outside of the arm, up the inside. Down the outside, up the inside. Slap down, slap down. You do this every night before you go to bed. It's so simple, but check the results. I find a little bedtime practice, just a beauty practice, the face. People wash their face, people do all these things, but with the awareness that you're really cleaning yourself. Look at cats. They have such soft fur, clean yourself, right? So we touched on trust. We touched on patience, focus, gratitude. Touched on some cleaning of your field, your body. What else wants to be shared right now? Look at that. I'm looking as if I'll look and find the answer. Isn't that curious? $47. Explore within. This is very appropriate since most of us are in lockdown right now. Staying at home. Explore within, ladies and gentlemen. Without going abroad, you can have the knowledge of the world. Without gazing at the stars, you can perceive the heavenly Tao. The more you wander, the less you know. The wise explore without traveling, discern without seeing, finish without striving, and arrive at their destination without leaving home. If anybody knows who Sadhguru is, recommend researching him. He talks about inner engineering. And when you do yoga and align yourself with cosmology, cosmic geometry, you become in deep harmony with the inner workings, and you flower and bloom from within. So Carl Jung talks about the man who looks outside dreams. The man who looks inside awakens. Explore within. Let's conclude with 43. Stillness and silence. The soft overcomes the hard. The flexible conquers the stiff. Bamboo. The ethereal penetrates the solid. This is why there's great advantage in stillness and silence over movement and speaking. But few ever obtain the advantage, for few practice stillness and silence. So let's sit in silence and see what wisdom drops to you when you watch this video. Let's do it for 2.5 minutes. Trust. Do you trust your doubt? Do you trust what people are telling you? Do you trust what your government is telling you? Do you trust what you're telling yourself? Where do you place your trust? Where on your altar do you place your trust? Patience. Patience is played by the long game. Focus. What information is being fed through the funnel of your newsfeed? You change the aperture of your focus, the information you receive is going to change. Tune your radio antenna. Who do you trust more? The earth, the trees and the birds, or the government, politicians? Not that either can't be wrong, but who has a better history? Pay attention to history, and you won't repeat it. Unless you want to. You ever have a really good date, and you're like, I want to repeat that, I want to do that again? Yeah, sometimes repeating history is great. Are you patient with people when they disagree with you? Are you patient when you feel a nagging sensation, or you're in a fight? You operating from patience? Focus. Gratitude. Gratitude. Giving thanks for all we are provided for. So we put it back down in the soil where we have found it all started. So wonkon tonkon, skin. Something's holding loose here on the land. It is my brothers and my sisters' hands. It is the way we make our plans. We don't make them. This is it. What is this? Could this be it? Eden. Eden is the place where we give and where we live in congruence with the Great Spirit. For all things are provided for. The more you provide, the more you give, the more you receive. This is a universal factor. So many people, including Deepak Chopra, blessed up, spiritually wise guy, he talks about the 7 laws of spiritual success. You hear that word law? Law is a faux pas. To me, law is not an accurate translation. To me, like he talks about a natural law or a universal law. I would say a natural factor or universal factor, because it is perceived consistency, perceived congruence that time after time this takes place. That doesn't make it a law. It is a factor. So one of these deep factors is that to give is to receive. So you want to receive more love. You want to be more romantic. You want to be seen as beautiful. You want to be snuggled and hugged and just loved up. Give more of that. You want your boyfriend or your girlfriend to play you music and serenade you every night. Starts with you. Starts with you, brother man. You want more money? Want is also meaning lacking. to be wanting, meaning you don't have it. So it's interesting because you want to receive more, give more. So when you consume, you taking in. When you produce, you flip the switch. You're giving more. Karma. Volitional action. So let's do a breath meditation, moving into fuller alignment with trust, patience, focus, gratitude. 8 breaths on this 8th day in April. 2 breaths for each component. If you'd like at this particular time and place to deepen your relationship with these and create a focal calling that I am here and now in alignment with these things and I choose to move with these. This is your trust. Place trust in your right hand. Right, giving, the masculine. Inhale to your right hand. Hold. I give myself to trust. Left hand. No inhale, exhale. Hold the empty. I let trust show me what it would like to show. Inhale to your left. Swish. Swallow. Wash yourself in that trust. Do you trust the body wisdom? Do you trust the breath? Do you trust that you were made to function as a high-grade, optimal individual? That you were not made to be sick? That you were not made dysfunctional? That you were not born scarred or broken? That you came out perfect, never meant to be torn? Do you believe in the perfectness of where you are? Do you believe? If not, okay. It's your choice. Do you trust in the deeper intelligence of the cosmos? The intelligence of the environment? 2. Patience. Right hand. Inhale to the liver. Hold. I give myself to patience if you choose to, if you feel it's the right call. Inhale for what you'd like to receive from patience. What it has to show you. Exhale from the roof of your mouth down. What is the speed of patience? What is the speed of impatience? What's number 3, guys? Could it be focus? Focus, Mr. Bigglesworth. you don't focus, Mr. Bigglesworth, how can we get $1 billion? How, Mr. Bigglesworth? How can the accent be right, Mr. Powers, if you don't focus upon Dr. Evil? Focus, alignment. Call in one thing you'd like to expand and nourish by way of your focusing. Do you have it in your mind's eye? Breathe it in. Gratitude. Pinky. Heart meridian. Heart meridian. Pinky. Gratitude. It is said a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Why do you hear so many luminous individuals speak of gratitude? Stacking gratitude in the morning lays the foundation for seeing the world through kind eyes. Remembering that this is here for you, not against you. Jim Carrey spoke about you don't have to believe it, but what a joy to believe it. Albert Einstein spoke of the most impactful decision you will make is your universe kind or is it hostile? Gratitude for every single event that has happened to me, or flip it, that has happened for me. Every single event I am grateful for. Exhale. Span that gratitude. Give thanks. Namaskar. Thank you is a magic word. Don't abuse it. It's minute 39 and 10 seconds. Thank you for joining us here on Wisdom Wednesday on What Have You Forgotten? We saw me forget something earlier. Oh my, embarrassing. It was a pleasure being and sharing some tools, some thoughts, some feelings, and what's alive for me at this moment. May you have a blessed evening, and to those who watch, thanks for supporting. I love your likes. I like your likes. You like me? I like you. Guru Jeff say, you love me? Oh, I love you. Then Guru Jeff say, you hate me? I still love you. Aloha.